Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Dr. Munder. In this lesson, inshallah, I'll explain the difference between include and extend in the use case diagram. Now, we had an example before about the hotel information system, and we said that we have this use case, and we have four use cases inside the system, and we have what we have this user primary user customer, and there's a primary user called the processing clerk, and also the reception staff. Now, the use case inside here, we took some relationship. We say there's a use association between the customer and the use case, and we could have also a generalization for the user. So, for example, the customer is split into two types: tower group customer and individual customer. Now, what about the use case? After you draw the use case, you have to refine the use case. That means that some of the use cases here might be split into two cases. So, for example, if you have a use case called A, for example, this use case A might be split into two use cases. It depends on, for example, A1 and, for example, A2. Okay, so now when you split the case into two use cases, what are the relationship between the main use case and the sub use case? The main use case and the sub use case. There's two relationship between the main case and the sub use cases from the main case. Okay, one of these relationship is called extend, and the other case is called include. So let's see the difference between include and extend. Now, the first one is include relationship. Include relationship is basically means that this relationship, this use case is depend on the sub use case. All right. So we have the use case here. We implement it using what? Using back arrow dashed one, back arrow dashed one, and we write include on the arrow. So this is the main case. Okay, this is the main case. Okay, and there is sub case from it, and the arrow coming from the base case to the new case. All right. So for example, here we have one case is called withdraw money. Right, withdraw money. This withdraw money, okay, and now I have split it into another case. It's called login account. So in order to withdraw money from your account, you have to log in. All right. So the arrow coming from the base use case to the sub use case, which is login. So you cannot withdraw money without what? Without logging into your account. That means this withdraw money is depending on what? On the login account use case. This is the implementation of include. So you must log in before you withdraw the money. Another use case also depend on the same thing. Okay, so if you want to deposit money as well, you have to what? You have to log in first. So the implementation is what? Is login account. Login into account, and it's include account. So the include means what? Include it must be done in order to finish the use case, and implemented by dashed line like this, and you write include in it in between like this implementation. This implementation like this one here, like this one here. This is the include relationship. Okay, so for example here, let's take an example. This is the initial design for the system reservation system for the hotel. So the clerk or the ticket clerk can check in passenger, can add reservation, can cancel reservation. Okay, this is the main operation that the clerk can do in the system, in the reservation system. Okay, in the reservation system. Now we have to refine the system, so we need to look at the use cases here, and try to split it into two use cases. So let's take the first one. The first one is what? The first one is check in passenger. Check in passenger can be split into two use cases. Wait, first of all, we have to weight the luggage and assign seat. Okay, so because we have, when you go into the flight, all right, you have to weight your luggage and then assign a seat for you, and then we consider you as checked in. So this is why what? This is why these two are split into two use cases. Also, the add reservation will include check available space. If you want to reserve a place or reserve a ticket, you have to check if we have available space, and then we need to record your information or the passenger information. And if you want to cancel the reservation, you must update the seat chart. So if someone canceled the reservation, you have to make the seat available for the next reservation, and so on. So what is the relationship now between weight luggage and assigned seat and the main case, which is what? The passenger. So this is the base one. Okay, this is the base one, and this is the sub use case. This is the sub use case. Now the relationship is included and presented by an arrow coming from the main case to the sub case, and this is the relationship. Because why it is include, how we decided to include, because you cannot check in the passenger without what? Without weighting his luggage and assign him a seat. Otherwise he cannot sit and he has no luggage. Now also, if you want to add a reservation, okay, you must do two things. You have to check if there's a space available, and also you have to record the passenger information. So that means in order to finish this sub case, I have to do first this one and this one together. All right. Without doing these sub cases, I cannot finish the main sub cases. This is why I said include. And now also the cancel reservation include what? Include update the seating chart. You cannot remove the seat after someone cancels a reservation. You will not consider it as a cancellation until you remove the seat and make it empty. This is how we do it. So include means what? Include, we split the main use case into two sub cases, okay, and these two sub cases have to be done in order for the main case to be finished. So this is it. First of all, you draw the initial diagram, and then you start splitting each use case into the sub cases if necessary. If necessary. Otherwise, just leave it as main cases. Now let's take an example. For example, if you have an online shopping and you want to make a purchase, for example, now this is the use case to make the purchase. Supposed to be like this in the one of the online reservation system, like this, and this is the name of the system, and you're a customer. Okay, you are a customer and you want to make a purchase. That's a full perfect use case, but you may want to split it into another two sub cases. So for example, now in order to make a purchase, you must what? You must verify the credit card, because you're paying online, so you're using your credit card. So we need to verify your credit card, is it valid or not. This must be done. Without having a valid credit card, you cannot make the purchase. And this is how we do it. So include means what? Include something that must be done in order to finish the main use case. Now, as an example, another example, in the ATM system, okay, in the ATM system, you can do withdraw and you can transfer fund from your account to another account. Now, in order for you to use the ATM system, okay, in order to withdraw money or transfer money to someone, what can we split this into two things? Yeah, these two are depend on what? These two are depend on one thing. Okay, they must include, you have to verify the balance for both of them. So in order to verify to withdraw the money, I have to check your balance. You have enough balance or not. If you don't have enough balance, you cannot finish this one. Also, if you do not have enough balance, you will not be able to transfer fund to your system. So both of these things are what? Both of them are withdraw. Both of them are considered as withdraw because you're taking money from your account. So in order to take money from your account, I must check your balance, okay, and must check your how much money in your account in order to verify that you can withdraw or you can transfer fund to your to someone. Though this is the meaning of what? This is the meaning of include. Now extend is different. Extend is the opposite. It's the same dashed arrow, but it's the opposite direction. It's coming from the sub cases to the base main cases. Again, you split the use case into sub cases and you implement the extend into an arrow coming from the sub case to the main case, and you write extend underneath it. Now, extend means that this is an optional thing. You don't have to do it, okay? But it's an optional thing. For example, the user can withdraw the money, okay? Okay, now this is fine, okay? But this might include excess amount, process excess amount. He could, do, this is an optional process, okay? He can withdraw the money, but if he wants, he can process excess amount as well. All right. This is another example. For example, I'll give you another example on extend. For example, if you want to have go for shopping online, you're gonna make a purchase. Okay, purchase. For example, process. I'm sorry about my writing. So this is a purchase. You wanna make a purchase. Online, purchase online, okay, online. You have the option, for example, you can do the extend like this. And you have to do the dashed arrows coming from the sub to the main one. You have the option to register in the website. Register, for example, as a customer, register your email or not. So this is what? This is extend, okay? This is extend, and it is not a compulsory to do. It's an optional for you. You can finish the purchase. You can finish the purchase without registering. That's fine as a guest, okay? But if you register, this is an optional for you. You may get discount or something like that. So this is another example of include. So the difference between include and extend is that include is something that you must do, but extend is an extension for the process. So it is an optional for you to go for a further activity or not. Now, the last relationship you can say is generalization. And now the process could also split it into two types of process. For example, if you want to pay the bill, all right, you could pay the bill using your credit card, or you could pay the bill using the pay utility bill. This is just, similar to, so when you say generalization, you're talking about types, okay? You're talking about two types of the thing. So the main thing now here that we need to understand is that you have a process, okay? You have a use case, no matter what is the use case is, and after you refine the diagram, you want to split the use case into sub case, into sub use case. This is S1, this is S2, and so on. And now the relationship between the main case and the sub case could be three relationship. Could be extend, all right. Could be include. Could be include like this, and the include will be implemented using what? Using this arrow coming from the main case to what? From the main case to the sub case. but it could be extend. Now the extend is the opposite. The extend is going to be the opposite, coming from the subcase to the main case, which is called extend and optional. And the last one is generalization. It looks like this one. So these three relationship inside the use case diagram can be implemented. When we're talking about include, we say something you must do. Talking about extend, we say something optional. Generalization is about types or kind of things that you can do these things. This is the general relationship that could be included into the use case diagram.